Okay, now let's talk about the black belt 5th degree. Ooh, you guys are getting better and better and better. For those of you that are absorbing this stuff, don't just listen to this stuff one day and scroll through all of it, or even in 2 days. Go slowly, go with the program. It's not a matter of just da-da-da-da-da-da, instant information. You don't get instant information in poker. What you get is, you're always going to get something out of watching Advanced Poker Strategy. You're going to get whatever you're ready for. Make sure that you're ready for the black belt, that you've been playing for a long time and you're ready for this stuff. You will get something even if you're an amateur, but not as much. Okay, let's talk about deceiving opponents with false tells. I love this. And I have this great hand of the week at the bottom of this in a minute that you're going to hear that talks about, you know, Min the Master Nguyen in Atlantic City and how I kind of tricked him into making a call against me. It didn't work out so well, but I think you'll enjoy the story. So what it's about is recreating the same betting pattern from the last time you bluffed. Okay? It's not just the betting pattern. It's, like Mike Matusow said, the way you put in the chips. You know, remember the last time you bluffed your table, because you're going to make bluffs at your table, and then make those exact same motions. Let's just say that I just got caught bluffing, and I remember that I threw in the chips exactly like this, okay? And let's just say that I knew that I said something before I bet, and that I knew that I turned my head before. I try to remember every exact single mannerism that I used in that bluff, everything, and I try to commit it to memory, because I know that it's going to come up in a little while where I have a chance to influence someone else's mind just through my own mannerisms. And that's going to give me a huge edge. So let's just say again, I put in the chips exactly like this. Let's just say I shuffled the chips once or twice during the hand. Every little thing I do, I try to remember. And when I bluffed, I went like this at the end. Everything I recreate. Now I wait for a situation where I have a strong hand, like say I look down and I have pocket kings. Someone's raised in front of me. What am I going to do? Do I instantly just say re-raise and throw in the chips like this? No, I've acted differently. If I took a second to act, I take a second to act. If I put in the chips like this, I put in the chips like this. If I smiled, I smile. Everything exactly the same way. And these other players can't help it. You are sending signals to their brain saying, I'm bluffing. You're sending tells to their mind. Man, you are really taking over the table when you can do that. You know what I mean? And you may induce someone to make it 4 bets over the top of you with ace-jack offsuit simply because they think you're weak. Simply because you sent signals to their brain that said you're weak. This is just great stuff. And the Min story, and the Min the Master Nguyen story in Atlantic City was a hand I'm really proud of. Of course, Min went on to win that tournament. I already talked a little bit about how you can steeple when you're weak. This is a show of strength, as long as you're not messing with your mouth. That's sending a false signal to someone that you're strong when you're actually weak. Okay, I would read a book on tells, and maybe Joe Navarro's book, or Mike Caro's book, and use tells of weakness when you're strong. Now, do you want to use tells of strength when you're weak? Yes, you do. But if you send tells of weakness when you're strong, that seems to work a little bit better. I mean, if you can recreate exactly what you did, that's powerful. It's also powerful to send, tells of strength when you're weak, but it's just not quite as effective. But you should be trying to do both occasionally, and it really messes up people. But you know what? Don't show your hands. A lot of people out there, they love to show hands. I showed hands for 5 or 10 years. I only showed my strong hands, only showed my strong hands. Finally, I said, you know what? Forget about it. I'm never going to show a hand again, because players are now getting into reading other players. I don't want you out there, no offense, to notice that I'm strong when I'm strong because you're reading me well, because you've seen me on television or whatever. I don't want to give you additional information about me. You've seen me on television. You've seen my hands there. Now you're playing with me. I'm not going to show you the hands that day because maybe I've watched myself on television and figured out some of my own tells of weakness and strength, and I'm throwing the reverse at you that day. That's the ultimate in poker. 5th degree black belt, controlling your opponent's mind. through weak tells and strong tells.